had natural balance, but I also worked at it.
Okay.
Like I said, our town, we go out to the park. It's called Rock Creek. We call it Rock Creek because it's right next to a creek. But the original name is Chief Reed Park, which was my great grandfather. So they named the park after him.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I was always out there, working on my game, dunking.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can dunk on somebody at the park, you was the man.
Yeah, you a legend.
I practice that all the time.
Oh yeah. Now, well, talk to me about your grandfather, man. I knew nothing about this. Talk to me about that.
So he went to Kentucky State University.
Okay.
He was All-American in football and basketball. Then after that, he coached Paris Western, and they actually won the national black high school tournament at that time when he was coach.
Oh, so basketball is in your blood, brother.
Right, on both sides. Both sides.
I want it all, man. Let's keep talking, bro. I'm listening.
So I had a great uncle. His name was Marvin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up going to Tennessee State, and he was on that team that my great grandfather coached, and then he won the national title. And he had a short stint with the Harlem Globetrotters, and it all ended because he had like heart issues or whatever. So
technology don't allow it. Yeah, that's tough.
And so I also had a cousin. His name is Paris Washington. He went over to Australia like straight out of his first year in JUCO. So he went to Australia, played 1 year, averaged like 19 points a game. And I stole a bunch of moves from him. I think he went to high school with Jamie Brandon in Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I think he did. You know what? I when you said that, I was like, and I'm saying from King, but I'm like, no, that's from Kentucky. But yeah, I think I know that name. Yeah. I think that is, well, if you're saying it's him, that's the same dude. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, because see, like in Chicago basketball, you would think, being from Chicago, that the Bears and the Cubs rule the city. And basketball is king in Chicago, and
that's where I used to come. My family's from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
They migrated from Kentucky, but my mom and everybody, they were born. They lived there. They were born there. So
okay. What part of the city, bro?
Yeah.
What part of the city are you from?
South side.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's where Jamie Brandon and your cousin was at on the south side of King High School. Like I was saying, man, Chicago basketball is a state. It's basketball. You a god in Chicago if you can play basketball. It's just one of those things. No matter where you at, where you are, it's barbershop talk. Like I said, the rest of the world knows Chicago for the Bears and the Cubs. But if you're Chicagoan, basketball is in our blood. Which kind of ironic that we get Michael Jordan and people don't even know us for basketball, but yeah, basketball is king. Now, so you got all these big time influences. Talk to me about basketball as a household and a family.
So yeah, like my cousins. So my cousin Gregory Jones. His name is Yanamore now. But his dad was Willie Jones, who played for the Detroit Pistons. And then, look, check this out. So, Aaron Williams, right?
Right.
So he was married to my cousin, Sean Boston's sister. I don't know if you heard of Sean.
No,
I think he went to Kenwood when he was young. And,
I don't know him.
He ended up playing ball. I think it was Southern Illinois D1.
Okay.
And so we all competed against each other. Me, Greg Parrish, and Sean. I was younger, so they always used to brush me to the side, like, "Oh man, you ain't ready. You can't play yet." And that motivated me.
That's what's.
So,
Yeah, that's some Chicago stuff right there. Yeah, you could have been scoring 100. They'd have told you wouldn't been ready.
Right. So that motivated me when I used to come up there. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll be back next summer. I'm gonna show you. You know.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, they were a big influence on me, especially Yanamore. He, you know, he taught me how to dribble, all that stuff. So, and so back to Aaron Williams. So he has 2 daughters. One opted out of basketball and went to play, and she's playing now at Northwestern with Antoine Walker's daughter.
Okay.
And the other one, Cameron Williams, she has like a whole bunch of D1 offers right now. She's a junior right now.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So
yeah, basketball is just a part of your DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
You almost genetically predisposed to play basketball, man.
Right.
So, okay, you got all these Chicago connections. You got your grandfather, your cousins here. They're doing their thing. How did you end up in Louisville?
So I was heavily recruited from the West Coast. Like, since, you know, we went out there, we were exposed to the West Coast. USC, George Rattling, UCLA, Arizona State, Washington. Yeah, all those West Coast schools were, like, on me hard going into my junior year. My family, in Kentucky, they were, you know, they love Louisville, so all the time we watching Louisville games at their house when we go to gatherings or whatever. And they was like, man, you should go to Louisville. They like big guards, you know, this and that. And I was watching, like, I don't really like the offense. I don't like the high post. So, and I like the West Coast style, how they play, running.
Yeah, up and down, right?
Yeah. So, and then it was like a bunch of local small schools, and they was on me hard. They was like, come on, you know, we have this to offer, whatever. So, I went on a couple visits, and I went on an unofficial visit. You know, it was good. I said yes, I like it, whatever. And they tried to say I verbally committed, which I didn't. So in the magazine, it kind of hurt my recruiting from the West Coast.
Right.
So, you know, I really like Louisville. I like Larry Gay was like a friend of the family. He was a coach at that time. Him, Scooter McCrae, Wally Brown. And, you know, I was like, you know, I want to do it. I want to go to Louisville.
Okay.
So Denny Crum came and watched me try out for the Kentucky All-Star here.
Okay.
Yeah, the Kentucky All-Star team. And he was like, yeah, I want to sign him. So after that was over, I ended up signing Louisville.
Okay, now you playing for a coaching legend. How does, you know, is it overwhelming, or is it just, hey, it's just basketball? Or at that age, are you even identifying him as a coaching legend?
No, you know, I knew it was big time. When I walked in, no, I didn't. I didn't acknowledge that.
Okay.
To be truthful, I didn't. But so when I came in, I was like, yeah, I got to prove, you know, I got to prove myself. I want to be the best. You know, nobody can outplay me. So I had this in my head, and I wasn't really. I never played on a team where I wasn't the man. I never had that type of coaching. Like most of the time, it was like using all athleticism to get me by. And then when you get to college as a freshman, man, it's the people, you know, your same stature, speed, ball handling, shooting, whatever.
Okay.
So I came in as strictly offense. I wasn't, you know, I could use my athleticism and get steals all day long.
Right.
But I never had to play one-on-one defense.
Okay.
And you know, I like to show out. ball handling, whatever, Chicago style.
Right.
So we played Michigan State first national television, television game. It's on national TV. Everybody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I get in the game. We're on the fast break. I got out of the court. Might have been a 3-on-2. I got the ball in the middle of the floor. I do it between the leg, behind the back, and then I missed the layup. He took me out quick. He said, "Yeah, that's not how we play. You're playing too fancy." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it didn't sink in my head what he was really trying to say.
Okay.
Because he was the type of coach where his stats were telling the truth.
Okay.
And they did. He said you can't win a game without defense, rebounding, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And high percentage shots. That's like, as a young person, I didn't let that sink in.
Right. None of us did.
So, we were bumping heads, and then he ended up benching me. I was like 6 or 7 man off the bench, and ended up being benched for like most of the season. I was hurt, and in practice I was proving myself. I'm like, I need to play. I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm destroying everybody in practice. We had like Greg Minor, Dwayne Morton, Cliff Rozier.
Yeah.
And we going at it. And the assistant coach, he was staying in my head like Coach Jerry Jones was saying, make them pay. Every time I got a steal, rebound, like putting that in my head. So I always had that in my head when I was playing. So NCAA tournament time comes. It was like we wasn't playing good defense, and I wasn't a defender at first, but in practice, playing against the seniors, it really helped me. So I became a defensive player. So we played Minnesota, and the guy that usually comes off six man was getting destroyed. So he's like, I need you in there. I need your assignments to play defense on Bashan Leonard.
Oh.
So Minnesota had this pick and roll with him. And I was kind of bigger than other guys, so I was just buzzing through the pick and roll, sliding my feet, getting the hand up. And I don't even know if he scored over 4 points when I got in the game.
Now that's what's up.
We ended up winning.
Because I remember Vashawn Leonard used to hand out work like he was at the like he was the supervisor, man.
Right.
Yeah. But you know what? Okay, now you in school, you in Louisville. Now you're coming around. Who are you got the coaches on your side, which is always awesome. One of the things that Tracy Murray, who was recently on the show, talked about is he said he feels that it's not enough people in a young guys like yourself ear saying, no, just hold off, you're going to get your turn. What do you think about something? What do you think about that? Or is that just a situation, a case-by-case situation?
You have to have that. I mean, this college basketball, D1, on the spotlight, it could be detrimental if you're not mentally prepared. And a lot of kids, they hit their wall because they're not used to their hard work. They come in off, most of the time off talent. And then when they lay the law down, they kind of, they shatter, they break down.
Wow. Okay, as I was saying earlier before we got on air, I consider this period the golden age of college basketball. You got the Wooden era, and then you got the Jordan era when things were coming of age. And then I would say from Patrick Ewing up until just recently when this one and done phenomenon started. Do you think we can ever get back to what college basketball used to be?
Unless they just lay down the law, There's no way. And that's the game now.